Hello again, this is my model railway news update. Some vehicles first, as Viking offered us their usual monthly pile of new options. I really don't know how anyone can keep up with the amount of new vehicles being churned out here every month. Anyway, here's some new cars in HO scale and some commercial vehicles. Prices range from around £13 to £30. But if you thought keeping up with Viking's releases was difficult, here comes Herpa with some more HO scale cars. Some vans, taxis and small trucks. And then there's the big trucks, lots of them. They keep on going. I did think these looked pretty cool though. But if you're just after a tractor unit, there's plenty of them being released too. Check this range. And then there's these emergency vehicles and these military vehicles too, all added this month. Also some trailers and containers. And then there's the mini kits. I quite like these as they're a lot cheaper and you put them together, which is quite fun to do actually. All these Herpa items range from around about £10 up to around about £55 for one of the larger trucks, but it's just crazy how much is released each month. Anyway, enough of my grumbles, let's move on to Piko, who got their new BR144 ready. This is in their expert range and an Era 4 Deutsche Bahn version number 1880. This model in HO scale has been offered as a DC model at around £230, or you can get it as a DCC or AC digital with sound for around £330. This is a great livery on this BR223 RegioJet diesel for TT scale, which itself is new for 2025, featuring fine engraved grills, a full driver's cab interior, separately attached single horns on the roof, and a powerful motor with twin flywheels. It also has directional lights and comes with a NEM 652 socket. This is priced at the incredibly low price of €115 or around £101. Bear in mind that's RRP and some discounts will be available on this price with certain retailers. For HO scale, just one wagon this time around in the form of this OBB gas tank with OEVA livery from Era 4. A decent model, but nothing earth-shattering on this one. From Marklin comes this bright train pack. This is the Leonard Weiss DE18 locomotive with 3 wagons. It's certainly bright, that's for sure. I love this colour scheme on the DE18, definitely well applied to, and makes for an eye-catching set. Coming in AC digital only at the moment, it's pricey though at around £575 for this. They're also offering this rather strange livery on the age-old fridge van. The livery is Railway Romance Must Remain, but I'm not sure what that is. Looks like an event back in October, and I guess this wagon was sold back then, but maybe not enough, so it's on general release now for around about £24 if you want one. Dapol gave us some decorated samples of their Southern Region Bullied Light Pacific 462 steam locomotive in 00 gauge. These are in the Dapol Black labelled premium range, and there'll be 7 livery options, and it's really looking very impressive from these photos. These will have full metal bodies and loads of fine details, along with the usual modern digital features, including a pre-fitted steam generator system and twin speakers. Prices are set at £399, with delivery expected in Q3 2026. I guess the big news this time around though is from Accurascale, and it's this new 00 scale Class 08 shunter.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Yes, there's lots of choice with 08 shunters, including pretty decent options from Hornby and Bachmann, so it does seem like an odd choice for Accurascale to go for this option. It's certainly divided people's opinions though, with some for this and some really against this decision, but they are tackling some variations that no one else has done, like the 089 with its cut down low profile and the Class 10 with their Blackstone engines and GEC electrics. But are these oddballs enough to make this a success? There's certainly a lot of livery options proposed, as you can see here. Pretty much every option you could possibly want. Perhaps more interesting is the price, set already at an RP of £159.98 for the DC version, which is pretty competitive considering Hornby's one is £40 more and Bachmann's one is £50 more. Yes, discounts are available on both of those RRPs, but they still work out more expensive than Accurascale's RRP price point. So I think they'll win on that anyway, and coupled with their reputation of producing a very high level of detail and quality, I'm sure these will be popular, and certainly if you're looking for a Class 08 or just want to upgrade your current one, then this might be something worth checking out. But they're not due until Q1 2027, can you believe it's more than a year to wait? So we'll have to see how this one goes. Oxford Rail has finally broken its silence on the long-delayed 00 gauge breakdown crane and matching truck set. one of the most eagerly awaited and questioned announcements since its reveal in 2020. After extensive delays caused by COVID, the return to family ownership, staff changes and a near total project restart, the model has now managed to get to the tooling stage. First engineer samples are expected soon, and when we get some photos I'll update on this channel, so don't forget to subscribe to keep yourself up to date. The crane will feature full mechanical operation of the jib and hook, and the crane is matched with this additional wagon. However, it's all not good news, as due to the significant development work, the retail price has been revised to £99.95, a notable increase from the original 2020 indicative figure. Oxford Rail insists this new price represents strong value in today's market and stays true to its great models at great prices promise. Let's hope the model does actually eventually come to market, as it looks like an interesting model to add to anyone's collection. More updates on this when I get them. Gaugemaster made a surprise announcement that they're doing some 00 scale figure packs. These are all highly detailed, fully painted models which look really good. And here's the thing, they are either a 3-pack for £6.95 or a 6-pack for £12.95, which is actually a really good price for high quality painted figures. Definitely very handy for UK modelers. These will be available to buy very soon. TMC in association with Heljan are adding early Mark II BR coaches to the range of TT120 models, a very welcome addition to modelers in this scale. This is an all-new range, marking the first appearance of these classic 1960s vehicles in TT scale. Covering the early Mark II-Z, so that's around about 1964 to 66, and Mark II-A, so 67 to 68 series, these models will feature finely detailed interiors, flush glazing, accurate B4 bogies and provision for interior lighting via a separate battery-powered bar. Initial releases will include a corridor first, a tourist second open, a brake second open and brake corridor first types, with 4 further variants including a micro buffet and a prototype type FK to follow later. Coaches will be sold in themed 4-coach packs and as individual vehicles. Confirmed liveries include BR Blue and Grey and Network Southeast, Regional Railways BR Maroon and Current West Coast Railways Maroon. 4-coach packs are priced at £179 with single coaches at £44.50 each. Lighting bar prices are still to be confirmed, and delivery is scheduled for early 2027, again a very long wait. These will be interesting to compare to Hornby's soon to be released later Mark II coaches, which are due in the spring next year and are priced a little bit less, but it's good to see the offerings for TT scale expanding. Rapido UK did a clever bit of promotional teasing with this video on YouTube, hinting at a Railway Children theme pack coming soon. I'll update more on that in a future video, but for now they did show us some more LNWR D17B brake van liveries, including this cool police van, love the style on this one, and another in the Guy Fawkes range colours. No delivery date on these just yet, but the price is £46.96 each. Yep, just for a teeny tiny van. In a move bound to get some people's fingers hammering their keyboards in protest, Heljan has just announced this. No, it's not a DB Class V200, but actually a UK spec warship, here in 00 scale and in the DB Maroon.
Emotional damage!
This was an actual thing that happened though in real life when the Diesel Traction Group did this colour scheme on their preserved warship, and Heljan have created this limited edition tribute model to this unusual episode. There'll only be 150 of these produced and priced at an RP of £199 for DC or £299 for Locksound 5 ESU, which was recorded on the real locomotive, that's number D821. So if you fancy one of these, you'll need to be quick to get this unique model. Anyway, that's the video folks, thanks for watching. I'm sure there'll be more coming soon, so subscribe to keep yourself up to date and I'll see you on the next one.
So model trains, model worlds, choo choo, model trains, tiny worlds, choo choo.